Matt, well, tomorrow morning, the Indiana DNR will resume its search for a Chicago man who went missing in the waters of Lake Michigan off Mount Baldy yesterday. It's just one of a rash of rescues on the big lake this weekend. And WSBT's Rachel Lake joins us from the live desk now with more. Rachel?
Diane, when the weather warms up, people flock to the beach. But what they don't realize, rescuers say, is that the water is still unusually cold due to our harsh winter, making it hard to swim. And that's exactly what happened with one group of boaters this weekend. It all started here in what looks like a quiet stretch of Lake Michigan today, but this is where a group of people took a motorboat out. They stopped a mile or so north of Mount Baldy, and two young women dove into the water.
The wind that day was pretty strong. They didn't anchor their boat, and when they jumped in the water, the wind just pushed the boat away from them.
Today, DNR rescuers were out searching for the boat's owner, 29-year-old Ron Wood Jr., who along with others attempted to rescue the young women. Ultimately, 6 people ended up in the water.
When we arrived on scene, the people in the water were very frightened.
Vinny DeLuca with the U.S. Coast Guard out of Michigan City was part of the rescue team. With the help of some Good Samaritans passing by, they were able to pull everyone out of the frigid waters, except for Wood. The Coast Guard spent hours searching for him.
With the water temperatures being so cold and hypothermia setting in so quick, with infrared, it can affect it. Being able to see him in the water.
The Coast Guard called off the search at around 2:30 this morning due to fatigue. Indiana DNR officers picked it back up a few hours later using sonar technology.
We kind of had a general area where the men were rescued from the Coast Guard. They had hit a waypoint on their GPS, and so we searched that area. We did GPS tracking across and a search pattern across that area, and we covered it very heavily.
They ended the search for the day this afternoon. The DNR plans to resume searching for Wood tomorrow morning. They say he would have turned 30 years old today. Reporting from the live desk, Rachel Lake, WSBT Channel 22 News.
All right, thank you, Rachel. Also today, the Coast Guard in the Chicago area has been involved in a rescue on that side of Lake Michigan, where 2 people in the water were recovered. One of them died from hypothermia. The other is hospitalized. Those 2 people were on a boat that had been to New Buffalo yesterday and then was heading back to Chicago. A charter boat operator pulled one of the victims from the water.
They left last night, and apparently the boat caught on fire. It was heavily involved in smoke. It was taking on water and the boat was sinking.
And tonight, the Coast Guard has suspended its search efforts for the man and woman still believed to be in the water. After 43 hours of searching more than 1,600 square miles of lake, that boat was never located, and neither were the 2 other victims.